Okay guys, game number 1. We're looking at Division 1 here, heroeslounge.gg, so the top level of the amateur scene right here. pepeMLady, a team that you should actually know. The guys play in quite a lot of the top level tournaments too. And both of the teams are in the top 5 of the standings right now. We have our first map in the best of 3 series, and on the left side, pepeMLady with a Will Q on Johanna. The Polish team with Go Right on Liming, Skogsapor on Reina, Richu on Urel, and Dyla on Whitemane. And on the right side of the map, Skogsapor with Joy on Tyrande, Galnegulna on Arthas, we got Bivel on Chromie, Maka on Thrall, and Skog is playing Garrosh. Okay, so let's get this all set up. A little bit of an aggressive move at the top side already. A 4 versus 1, and Galnegulna sees this and is immediately like, fuck that, I'm out of here, boys. Yeah, so he's already on the move back. Is trying to actually slow them down a little bit. Look at that, he's actually going toe-to-toe against 4 and goes down immediately. Successfully committing Sudoku over here. Little bit too aggressive. If he's a bit less aggressive there, that would work for them. I want to highlight that Thrall actually committed to the Trash Lightning as his level 1 talent, so it's one of the reasons why Maka committed to the 4-man on Thrall and didn't go into the solo lane. And that's also, of course, one of the reasons why pepeMLady started to just deviate away from the traditional setup. Slowed Maka down a little bit, but he's still sitting at 2 stacks as we speak. And talking about stacks, I don't really know what happened here, but we have veteran marksman for Jimmy. Now, that's not a talent that you want to take. Dyla, oh! Alright, Whitemane is down. Honestly, I'm gonna chalk that off as a misclick. Veteran marksman makes pretty much no sense. That's not a talent that you see played on any map when you were talking, even against a melee heavy setup like the one we're seeing here. Even there, you usually don't pick that. If you see an auto attack style, it normally is Ace in the Hole, which is definitely a talent you can pick. You have Johanna on the other side for the slow, you have also Urel. You have quite a lot of tools that would proc that, but we are on Battlefield of Eternity, and this is the map where you want to go for your Executioner. So in this case, we have the stacks for Jimmy, and again, stacks on Jimmy on level 1. On a competitive level, you're not going to pick that. Unless they're memeing around for some reason here, this is pretty much a misclick. So, could still work out for them, and we are having a pretty brawly game. The kill against Arthas again, and Li Ming is down too. Wow, we're going full brawl in this one. That's a kill against Jojo too. I was like, oh my god, 5 stacks for Maka. Another one! Chromie is crushing them in the back line there. What's going on there? Yeah, these guys are playing apparently an ARAM tournament or something, but that has very little to do with the normal Heroes of the Storm that we're seeing on that level. Full-on brawl style, as both of them are going in to take down one kill after another. We have the Tyrande set up again, so that means that, of course, you're looking at the Hunter's Mark for the objective, but you're also trying to get that stun connected that helps you to get burst damage in. And if you have a target that has a Hunter's Mark on it and gets then locked down by Thrall, Arthas, Garrosh, and Tyrande, Chromie can come in and just get that insta damage. And that's pretty much what they're trying to do here too. There's the stun, and goodbye, Urel. Get wrecked, baby. Space Goat stands no chance. 7 kills in 3 minutes. Yeah, they're going ham over here. They are going ham. Bottom of the map, Arthas is dealing with the camp, and the rest of the team is, of course, burning the Immortal down to 50%. But this is going to be a very interesting game, I'd say. Now, we have the red team in a great position to at least take objective number 1. So over here, Jojo is trying to dominate the choke point a little bit more. The defense is, of course, ready, as pepeMLady is looking full on defense, but you're going up against the Chromie. That's going to poke you out as much as you can. 7 stacks for Thrall, also quite noteworthy here. Obviously, the more the teams brawl, the better for him, since he's going to try and get those stacks quickly connected. Especially that pick into Arthas is also super, super interesting over here. Let's see how much that works out for them. Gore Rider at this point is also incredibly low and has to be careful as Chromie doesn't poke him down. But here comes the quick pick against the Immortal. And again, a big problem is that Jimmy doesn't have Executioner. Normally, when you have Executioner on your level 1 talent, the early Immortal is an easy one to grab for you. We've seen so many players or teams that split off 4 heroes to go for the defense, and then Jimmy alone went for the Immortal and took it pretty quickly still. So he is fantastic. But with that little setback on the level 1 talent, it doesn't really work out for them that way. The level 7 talent for Skogsapor is of course fantastic now too. Helps them to push this even further. And they can break through that wall pretty easy peasy. We have 10 stacks by now for Thrall as well, so that's pretty neat too. There's the flip, they're trying to go for the kills. Will might be in trouble here. They're also attempting to go for Jimmy, but they can't get the kill. Top lane, still Urel going up against Arthas. Since everybody is a bit... I have no idea why Skog is going in like this. He might even fall here. Wow, he does it unbelievable. He actually makes it out, goes for the flip, gets the kill, and still survives. Holy hell. Kill for a kill, but they are definitely playing with fire here. I mean, that is on razor's edge. Look at this. He actually turns and goes back in. And then they're trading kills. Buvel is in a bit of trouble as Skogsapor is trying to go in with the auto attacks. We have now Calamity ready for Li Ming, some more damage through. Good damage, by the way, also on structures at the bottom of the map, as you can see. The wall has been destroyed, the fort not completely taken, but it's incredibly low, so there's that. We have all the way up at the top, Richu still pushing the lane out. Quite easily, actually, at this point. Arthas was forced to retreat and go back to the Nexus to heal back up. And at the bottom of the map, they're still looking for a few more kills. Could maybe try to make the play for Jojo. Yeah, get some good damage connected there too. Johanna still totally fine. Wilkie not panicking either. Not burning too many of his cooldowns there. And both of the teams, despite the difference in kills, on even experience right now. Urel joins the team. Top side is where we have Arthas. There's the flip over. Rich doesn't cool down, has to be careful, and is still able to make it out. But that could have been the end of him. So yeah, needs to be careful. 15 stacks now for Thrall. And actually, Marke should have some pretty decent damage now too. He's on top damage for his team already. 15,000. 19,000 for Li Ming. She's been firing away the entire time. Talking about Li Ming, Gore Rider gets nearly murdered by Buvel as she gets some of their damage points connected and goes in with the Dragon's Breath. Talking about that, Galnagulna is sitting on the side here, trying to flank in, and they're making the play. Gladius Medallia is immediately used by Whitemane to make it out of the fight, and they're all walking away from it. But here come the Slowing Sands too to cover the retreat. Now the objective is up on the map again, but both of the teams are looking towards level 10 abilities. Of course, hoping to get those heroic abilities just a little bit quicker and then win the halftime show again. More and more stacks coming in for Thrall too. And that's actually pretty great for him. He's sitting at 18 already. Marke is doing well on this. If he completes that quest in a reasonable time frame, they're going to be looking at a fantastic damage output from him alone. But there's the kill against Buvel. She goes down. And that's the end of Garrosh 2. The Polish team, they get the 3rd kill too. Napierdalai, baby. They're going ham. They take the kills. First one against Chromie. Good play again from Li Ming, using the wave of force here. Pushed him out. And yeah, there's the combo that hits Tyrande full on in the face and drops her to 6 kills to 6. And this is looking great on the second Immortal frame now for pepeMLady. But what a game here. 35 stacks by now for Jimmy, 20 stacks for Thrall, and we have 12 kills after 7.5 minutes, which is just nuts. So yeah, here comes Wilkie again with Jojo, trying to slow them down as much as he can, but obviously pepeMLady claims the Immortal. But the red team is looking for the fight again. Yeah, they want to follow up on this with even more. We have at the bottom of the map now the Immortal touching ground in just a little bit, so the blue team should get into position, but they also aggroed the camp, so they are enhancing this push even a little bit further. The shield isn't insane, but they will still be able to do some significant damage, and with the camp that they just took, they might just be able to take that fort down too. But Arthas flanks in again. He comes in once more and tries to really push that backline out. The problem is that he's really low and still making it out of harm's way here. But yeah, he is definitely committing to a lot of these attacks, so he needs to be careful. If they can drop him, then they can follow up with even more structural damage, or maybe even another hero kill. We got Thrall with the Earthquake over here as his ability on level 10. By now, of course, also the 13 ready for Chromie, so timeout, top side. Arthas gets slowed down a little bit by Urel, but the experience is still taken by him. Gulnar is not wasting any time there. And at the bottom of the map, as you can see, there's still our little setup with more and more chain lightning damage coming through from Thrall, who now locks in another stack, sitting at 23 now, and should have significantly taken over on the damage numbers for his team, and indeed he has. Earlier he was on eye level pretty much with Chromie. Right now is sitting at 27,000. Is also starting to slowly but steadily contest the output that we have from Li Ming on the blue team side, and that's quite something, because Gore Rider has been murdering it in this game. He's been connecting one combo after another. But he has even more damage down at the bottom of the map right now. Thrall is looking for a few more stacks. There's the Earthquake already. He gets locked down though, and that's the end of him. Li Ming comes in, gets the reset, shoots out another combo at Garrosh, but this time War Chief makes it out. 13 to 12, 7 kills to 6, half a level ahead, and camps are up for grabs, and pepeMLady is not hesitating for a second. Yeah, it's really starting to be the Li Ming show over here. Gore Rider, even without a nano boost from a potential Ana, is just crushing it at this point. He's doing a fantastic job, leads the charge on damage, is getting kill after kill, and he is really the bane of Garrosh and Thrall's existence at this point. That front line is suffering, and it's suffering a lot. Now Chromie in the back is of course still trying to get those hits through. There's the timeout already. They're making the play for Urel. Gladiator's Medallion is being used, and Gulnar, yeah, he's going balls to the wall here. He is, oh, nice! Oh, beautiful lockdown! Li Ming still gets away, but that's 1 kill. That's 2 kills. They were hoping for more, but they couldn't get another one. That's still a double against Whiteman and Jojo. Nicely done by Skogsapor. They are fighting back. 7 kills against 8. What a beautiful game here. Action from start to finish in the halftime show is taken by the red team. Let's look at that double kill again though. So first of all, Gore Rider was the initial target, but they shifted that quickly. And that wolf from Macke that connected with 2 was really what changed everything. So yeah, they were able to lock them down. They got the kill against Jojo, and then they went in for the double. Now they can get an easy objective, and this one is looking great. That's a fantastic shield setup that they have. More than 50%. Now they still got to deal with the bottom of the map. Those Khazras and the Catapult are starting to threaten the wall at the keep, so you don't want to let that happen. 25 stacks, by the way, for Thrall. Put him into a very good position too, because he is starting to get closer and closer to complete his quest talent. And once that you complete Trash Lightning, it's not only the damage output that's pretty solid, it's really just the prioritization of heroes that makes and breaks that talent. You can just poke away, you can initially target a minion, you can target a turret, it doesn't really matter. Whatever you do, you will get solid hero damage as a result because of the bounces prioritizing heroes afterwards. So that's pretty great. But right now, they're going for the fort up at the top, and they should be able to lock this one in now, finally. Then again, careful here. Garrosh, okay, if that combo hits from Li Ming, that might have been the end of him. But the fort falls, they're looking strong, they're gonna try and get a bit more out of the situation. Still, blue team is ahead in experience. It's not by much, but it's half a level. That can matter once that you're making it into level 16. Off we go. Right now, there's a lockdown in the backline again. Urel trying to isolate them, and Garrosh disappears. Pulls a Houdini over here. Wilq is trying to follow it up against Arthas. Yeah, there's the wave of force, but it's Urel that makes the difference again. Urel comes in, sets up kill number 2, and they are not even satisfied with that. They want even more. And look how far ahead they are all of a sudden in experience. They can easily take the camp away if they want, or can go for structures here. Beautiful combo. Nearly the Calamity kill against Bivel, but Gore Rider has to escape down to the bottom, but that nearly took Chromie out. And of course, now with level 16 for them and the defense at the bottom of the map, pepeMLady is looking for the first keep. Garrosh is back, but Arthas is still dead. I'm not sure if they can get this one. If they can get kills, that would be enough. But even just damaging it at this point would be a big, big win. Oh, Skog. Yeah, he survives, but it was a clutch call. Then again, we have Thrall completing his Crash Lightning. So that's a 13-minute quest. That's actually pretty sick. That's a really, really good time for him. Up at the top, Catapult's going to push this one out, so the keep isn't really taking a lot of damage or anything, but Urel still had to move back and is playing this safe, which I absolutely agree with. Better safe than sorry over here. Level 16 is still not ready for Skogsapor, but let's find out if that quest completion on Thrall is going to make the difference right now. If they can play longer fights, if they can just simply like... If they can delay the fights a little bit and make it a bit of a poke battle, then Macke should be able to slowly but steadily take those hit points down. Just whittle away the hit point pool of the opposition. And yeah, that might then lead to the kills. If he is able to get everybody a bit low, then Chromie is the one to finish off the kills and take them apart here. So Macke and his Chain Lightning setup is going to be highly important. And also, of course, on 16, he immediately went into the Thunderstorm, which is going to enhance the damage output even further. And he is going to get that in. Unless, of course, he dies. So yeah, careful on that front. Oh, talking about dying, Tyrande is the first one to go down. They're trying again for Garrosh, and they all fall. Garrosh is dead, Arthas is down. The blue team showing no mercy. I mean, look at these setups. Tyrande gets literally pushed into a wall and obliterated. Arthas falls a second later. With a wave of force, we have the kill coming in against Garrosh. And that is a 5 versus 2 on the map, and who's going to stop them? I mean, Thrall is doing what he can to get the damage numbers onto the board, but the keep is already gone, and now they just have to ask themselves the question how they want to continue. Is it worth trying to make a play for core? Do they instead just simply go for the objective? And it seems like it's all about the Immortal for them right now. They got the time. Thrall is sitting at 50,000 damage easily now, but with the 5-man commitment up here at the top, even without execution on Arthas, they're doing serious work here. I mean, halftime show is an easy win, and afterwards, it's still a 2-level advantage. We have 12 kills against 8 in this first game of the best-of-3 series here in Division 1, and this might just be the only chance of Skogsapor to slowly bring this back. They have to win this fight. They have to win this Immortal. If they lose it, the top lane is going to be toast, and without any keeps, you're going to have a tough time coming back into this game. 13 stacks on Tyrande on the level 1, by the way, trying to connect those stuns. But, well, off we go. A lot of it will be up to Thrall. Can he get that hit point pull down on the blue team? Can he be the one to poke them down slowly but steadily here? They have the setup that they need, but we have Wilq sitting in the side. There's the Blessed Shield. There's a full-on setup and the blow up on Garrosh. Bam! One down. They're looking for number 2. Arthas, even with the army out, he's gonna fall here, isn't he? Maybe not. That was a good move by Chromie, setting this one up with the shifting sands. But still, it's a 5 versus 4. That hasn't changed. And they're going for the Immortal, and why wouldn't they? The tank is gone, so they have all the space in the world right now. Arthas is, of course, still up at the front here. Macke is still looking for targets that he can poke down with the Chain Lightning. He has 4 stacks on his level 16, so it's going to be a bit more damage. And, well, he gets at least one shot connected with Urel. But the situation hasn't really changed all that much. It's a 2-level advantage for pepeMLady, and the next level will be 20. So Storm Talons are possible for the next push here too. Iron Skin comes out. They're making the play again. Uh-oh, Macke, careful. Thrall is in trouble. Gladiator's Medallion. And Macke should... Yeah, he's gonna fall here, isn't he? He's gonna die. There should be no chance for him to survive this one. Same is, of course, true for Tyrande, who has absolutely no opportunity. Did he just throw Urel mid-jump back? I think he did. 15 kills to 8, and this might just be the death blow here. What a game! 23 kills. We're 17 minutes into this. More than a kill per minute. Triple catapult already up at the top. And they are murdering this one. Great game. Like, lots of action. I mean, from start to finish, the game pretty much started with a 4-man commitment at the top. And he went Archon. He went for Archon. Gore Rider. Yeah, I would be pretty optimistic about my chances to win the game here as well. He just simply sits there and sieges up on the keep. No problem whatsoever. Burns it down. That one is eliminated. They go again for Garrosh. He is dead, and Arthas will follow. No chance for him to escape. The Earthquake is not going to save Macke either. Unless, of course, he just runs away and doesn't even try saving the core here. but the Blessed Shield of Wilq missed. He expected him to kind of walk into a different direction. That didn't happen. Now that the shields are gone, they're taking the core down. Gore Rider is just simply lasering away. Full-on laser show here from Li Ming, and that's the lead in the best-of-3 series here in Division 1 for pepeMLady. Nicely done. Good victory. Battlefield of Eternity. Game number 2. Polish team is ahead. We're on Volskaya Foundry here in Division 1. pepeMLady with the lead. And on the left side, we got the Wilq on Muradin. Dyla on Deckard Cain. Gore Rider is playing his Sylvanas again. And we got Richu on D.Va. It's interesting, though, to see Probius in play. Skogapor's memeing around here maybe a little bit. It's going to be an interesting one, not only because we have Probius in the game, but if you look over to the red team, Skogsapor is playing this out with Skog on Urel and Bivell on Suljin. Joy is playing Malfurion and Galne Gulnar on Chromie with Make playing Johanna in this one now. So, this should be a little bit of fun. I'm curious to see what exactly Suljin is going to do here too. Yeah, we have the commitment. Headhunter. There we go. So, already the Chromester trying to poke this out in the middle of the map. We have seen Probius not really with a pick. And you gotta give it to pepeMLady. They're really a team that is pretty memey when we're talking about their Heroes Launch matches. I mean, they're a team that is willing to occasionally pick even Artanis. And they're memeing around about this all the time here. Especially when I'm in the lobby casting. Literally threatening Artanis picks every single time that I'm in the game. But obviously they like to sometimes when they think that they are in an advantageous position, when they are in the lead in a series, that they think they are the favorite to meme it out a little bit. And Skogsapor committing to a Probius here underlines that even further. We have seen in the past a couple of players on the European side that like to play with Probius, but that was mostly just in games where they thought to be ahead either way. But let's see what he can actually do with this. I gotta admit that I like the skin choice here, and the tint also works quite well, so I would expect that we see Probius mainly on the side lane, him trying to push the lanes out and use the wave clear that he has, but also setting it up for the objective once it's announced. Now, of course, we also got in the backline here Suljin. That's a pick that we've seen from Make a couple of times in the past. Nothing really that has... I mean, honestly, Make is known for his Mephisto picks, for example, which a lot of players don't really go for, but he has time and time again shown that he's incredibly successful with it, to an extent that some teams even ban it out against him. Not so much with the attempts to make Suljin work. Suljin is a hero that, generally speaking, just like scales in the late game well because the baseline is an endless stacking quest. So if you have a very brawly map, then sometimes you can get some value with him. But normally when you're looking for an auto attacker, there's of course better alternatives than going for Suljin himself. But let's see if they can make it work here. We have already some brawls going on, not only with D.Va, but also with Wilq jumping in to try and get the healing beacon. And Make might just be in a bit of trouble here. And he goes down. There's the kill against Johanna. And the kill against Malfurion. Whoa, they go for the double. The Stormbolt connects. Urel might also die. Here's the hoppity hop hop. And yes, there it is. The kill against Urel. The item has been toasted. And he also goes for Chromie. Wilq even survives. What? 4 kills to 0, and Muradin walks away easy peasy. Stayed a little bit longer here, saw an opportunity and took it. The kill on Chromie after initially D.Va boosted in to take down Urel. What a start into this game. On level 1, we got the Warp Resonance for Probius. We got the turbocharged 8 stacks already for Muradin, who, by the way, went into Reverberation. That's one of the reasons why you also could get out such a huge amount of damage in a lot of these fights. Normally, of course, you would look for the double Thunderclap so that you can go for the healing static later on. With this particular build, we can expect Wilq to go into the Bronze Spear Rage on level 13. And since they actually played that style a little bit in the past, it's not out of the question that he is going full meme dream and puts in the Haymaker here later on in the game. Especially now that we also have the heavy impact. But since he is the pretty much only real frontliner that has a stun available, we might still see him commit to the Avatar instead. Bit of a push up at the top, so it's the combo with Probius and Sylvanas that is currently delivering the damage on the on the structures. 7 stacks for Suljin, who is of course going to try and get more and more stacks together for the baseline. Is still working on the first Headhunter stack too. Needs a couple of kills to make that happen, but as the objective is now up on the map, there's a chance that they're gonna fight for this one. It's after all level 7 talents on both sides. And talking about level 7, we have Ferocity taken, so no Arcanite access for Suljin here. Doesn't try and go for the Cleaves. We have level 7 now, also the hit the Nitrous and the Rift Shock once again. So let's actually see what they can do also on the objective now, because initially they gave it up and they took the earlier talent, but now they have full control over this one. Another Stormbolt hits home, and that's the 10th connect for Wilkio. Also, well, actually not necessarily. I think a couple of the Stormbolts led to kills, and obviously then you get the bonus. But right now, they have to fight for this one. And here comes Urel. Urel and D.Va, I might add. The lockdown and the kill against Johanna. Good damage from the red team, but just not enough to get the counter kill. Here comes already the explosion, and that one's going to be a hit. Not a kill, but it does damage. And here's Protector number 1 in the hands of pepeMLady. Good start for them. 5 kills to 0. That doesn't really look too bad for them at this point. So here comes another move as they are starting to go for the middle instead of moving straight up to the top. Actually even prepping the bot lane as it seems. Starting to go straight down to the bottom of the map. Another quick jump in the middle to take a bit more of those hit points at the turrets and gates down. But if they can prep the bot lane, that would be pretty neat. I mean, technically speaking, top lane fountain is already down, so you don't have to go for the fort here. Instead, they're just trying to eliminate the last fountain, or the fountain that is at the bot lane, since that will be objective number 3. Not really a bad move by any means. They're also heavily ahead in experience, which translates into a pretty quick level 10 ability, so they can do even more here. Jojo, for example, at the top has to be really careful now. And at the bottom of the map, yeah, D.Va has 0 problems here. Let's go on into the micro missiles. In the middle of the map, another fountain is eliminated, which means that on all the outer ring of defense, all the fountains are gone. So that doesn't bode well for the next fights in the middle of the map for Skogsapor. They gotta be super careful with this. And since level 10 is still... Yeah, there it is, by the way. Haymaker. He actually went for it. He actually went for the Haymaker. The dream is real, baby. But they go for the item now. It's kind of interesting because the timing might just work out for Skogsapor to contest it. And they're trying to. But the Haymaker shuts down the dreams of Macke as he is in that frontline role. You can tell that there's obviously a little bit of role shifting going on for Skogsapor as well. So not really playing with the full lineup either. It's a pretty cool series so far and a pretty fun one. But there are definitely a couple of adjustments that had to be made from not only the red team, but the blue team reacting to it too. Here comes the ult on Bevel Suljin as she's trying to keep the troll alive. But it is... good old Sylvanas who comes in with the final blow. And then again, Wilkio is also down, and unfortunately for him, he loses out on the item too. Khaldor steals the healing beacon. So Muradin apparently a little bit too cocky here, thought that he was able to get out of this one, and well, got shut down pretty quickly. 22,000 damage from Probius here. Best here in the game confirmed, Kappa. We got 22,000 for D.Va too, and also 21k for Chromie. So all 3 of them actually sitting pretty close together here on the damage numbers. 6 kills to 1, level ahead for pepeMLady, and still a push topside possible for them later on. That fort has taken some serious damage. The walls are pretty much gone on every lane, and in addition to that, as I mentioned earlier, the fountains are also destroyed. So, Urel, careful baby. No cooldown ready on the ult. So that already should give you a bit pause. But yeah, blue team is just moving around on pretty much every single lane on the map right now. Always trying to put Probius and Sylvanas into a good position to push the structures a little bit more. Their wave clear is obviously incredible. I mean, you look over to Sylvanas, D.Va and Probius, just to give 3 examples. Between the 3 of them, they have 150,000 siege damage, which is way more than Skogsapor can currently boast about. Suljin is dead. They're moving in again. Another explosion set up. Sylvanas is down though, and still they are able to lock in the destruction of the fort. So trade, that's totally worth it. Oh, can they get Urel? Oh, Urel, the space goat. Muradin, he wants it. And And yeah, he might actually get it. Does he have the clap? Yeah. Haymaker kill against Urel. The Space Goat is dead again. 13 talents on both sides, and the objective up all the way at the top. Oh boy. Wow. Yeah. The Haymaker kill. It's the worst case scenario, honestly, if you're going up against this thing. 15 stacks on the baseline. Not a single stack, by the way, for Suljin on his Headhunter. So there's 3 kills for the red team, and Suljin wasn't present for a single one of them. That just feels bad. Talking about damage, down at the bottom of the map, as you can see, D.Va is putting in the numbers once again and is able to take the fort down. That's the second fort that falls on the red team side. Doesn't really make things any easier for them. We have, at the same time now, 18 stacks for Muradin on his level 1. As expected, the Bronze Beard Rage on 13. And Probius into the power overflowing over here. They are more than a level ahead at this point. And they're actually starting to really... the Haymaker again. To really piss Muck off a little bit. And here comes Probius once more. Problem is that the little probe is in trouble and still gets away. What? Still gets away. Khaldor drops the healing beacon as they are under pressure. They make the play for D.Va, but Muradin is jumping into the back line. Ferocious attack after attack here. He's absolutely fearless. We have Johanna with her own jump moving in, and they are finally taking the probe down. Those dirty cannon rushers eliminated by Johanna. Alright, 8 kills to 4, so a big lead still for pepeMLady on that account at least, but it's a 5 versus 4, and with Muradin, no, they just, oh, he runs full on into the Chromie setup, and that's a kill. 5 versus 3, seems like we are looking at a bit of a comeback. This should be an objective in favor of Skogsapor. I mean, 100% are they going to get this one. There's just no doubt about it anymore. This will be a protector for them. They lock it in, and they're closing the gap in the experience pretty rapidly. So this is actually looking pretty fantastic right now for the red team. That's a fantastic opportunity to bring this back home, make sure that they're taking some of these forts down, and maybe even draw even with the opponent on structures. So let's see if they can make that work. 2 stacks also for Suljin, I might add, on his Headhunter, so that means that he's increasing his damage even further. And of course he's still working on that baseline, but the top fort is down. Now, normally you would really try to move down to the bottom of the map and prepare lane 3, so the bot lane, for the third objective. But right now, all they gotta do, or all they can do, is try and save that protector here a little bit further. 21 stacks for Muradin now. Talking about Muradin, he locks another Stormbolt in, and Haymakers, but there we go. Jojo. Oh, Marke! Nah, he's dead. Marke is down, and Muradin jumps out. Hop, little dwarf. Hop, hop, hop. Gore Rider, yeah, he hopped a little bit too much. Slightly too aggressive.
Nope.
That didn't work, but yeah, a kill for a kill here. Jojo down, and also Johanna. On level 16 now, we get the No Mercy, and Suljin is showing none of it. 3 stacks for him. Missing a few more, but here's the Stormbolt. Bivel is able to get out. Or is she? Yeah. Yeah, is able to get away. But damn. Yeah, honestly, both of the games so far have been pretty fun, but it seems like towards the end, the blue team just is playing this a bit more coordinated and is just a little bit higher up here. 9 kills to 6. It's also giving them a pretty good opportunity. Let's look at the damage output for just a moment. We have 44,000 damage now for Gore Rider. His Sylvanas is obviously 6 city, even without another nano boost. And he's been doing tons and tons of damage. Not only on heroes, really allowing them to push a lot of these structures during those fights as well. Chromia is 44,000 herself. She's actually top damage in the game. But it's still half a level that they're trailing behind. And Sylvanas is taking another turret at the bottom of the map to give the team a slight advantage over the next objective here. So, as they're playing all of this out, we got still a structure advantage for pepeMLady. Next objective hasn't been announced yet, but you can bet your ass that pepeMLady is going to try and get the level 20 talent around the time that the real fight happens. There's the Haymaker, trying to put Gulnar out of position. Didn't quite work out. I mean, good approach, but didn't really work out the way that they intended to. Didn't lead to a kill. It leads to a big fight over the mercenary camp on the other hand, and there's also the quest completed for Muradin, which allows him now for the cooldown reduction. The camp about to be taken. The red team takes it. Good for Skogsapor. And despite all of the aggression that we just saw from pepeMLady, they have to retreat with accomplishing anything, really. Still, Probius is up at the top. Muradin has to commit to the Gladiator's Medallion. Was trying to jump out and got shut down. And level 20 could really be a bit of a game changer here for Skogsapor in particular. Especially, of course, for Suljin. And talking Suljin, he's at 28 stacks, so he's getting really close. But there's the ult and the counter attempt. Chrome is already down. Very likely we're going to see the death of Suljin. He completes the quest, but that doesn't help you if you're dying just a second later. Suljin is down. Urel is jumping back in, but with a 5 versus 3 on the map and a mad lead in experience, we're going to see 20 talents very soon for pepeMLady, just as the objective is about to pop. So they are looking great here. Deckard Cain, the old man, is already moving down to the bottom of the map. We got Rewind for Muradin, even more Stormbolts flying out here, and it's of course great if you're trying to get damage against a single target with your level 4 ability as well, or your level 4 talent. Top of that, we now have the Bottomless Flask, so every kind of siege up that you want to commit to, Deckard Cain is your man. Topside gets pressured even further, so that's another problem for them. But they should probably commit to this at the bottom. I love how the old man goes up against the Space Goat. It's literally stick against mace. And so far, I don't know what to tell you, but the stick is winning. Also because Urel has been told, listen, these guys have moved away from the top lane. We're not quite sure where they are. They might go for the camp. They might go for you. Should probably play this one safe. Turret is taken. And the points keep ticking in for Dyla over here. Up at the camp. The steal! Richo takes it! And it gets away as well. Oh my god. Seriously? 20 versus 16 talents right now, and they're fighting it without a support. Without a support. Deckard Cain is at the bottom of the map. It's like, oh, I'm gonna stay here. So, yeah, he's just too old for this shit. He's going full lethal weapon over there. And just decides that he's not going to make the move up to the top. It's just too far away. Too much of a commitment. That's not something that he had planned for today. He wants to eat his pudding, and that's about it. So here we go. Protector taken, 20 versus 20. Maybe a chance for Skogsapor to defend. They already got the Seraphim in. We got Serenity. We got Unraveling. And in we go. Keep for sure. Maybe more. Actually, technically speaking, they have a chance to defend even the keep. But given how much damage we've seen, so... Oh my god! Muradin just explodes! He was there, and a second later he just wasn't. But, well, Suljin is dead too. Never really had a chance to use his ult, which he kinda needs to. I mean, honestly, after you have 20 on Suljin, that ult is so absolutely insane, especially when you have some decent stacks on the baseline. But the Protector is pretty much toast, and they didn't get anything done. Muradin just, honestly, he just exploded. He went in, and then he just exploded a second later. They were waiting for him. They were definitely ready. They melted him. Absolutely melted that hit point pool. Dyla, yeah, there's the Heaven's Fury. Good cooldown reduction on Jojo. They're trying to go for Deckard Cain, the old man. Ah, Diva saving his bony ass. But that keep, can they get it? That's the question. Suljin and Muradin are soon going to be back, and of course they still have Sylvanas, which they use immediately to disable the keep. But, well, Urel is there, and they've taken a lot of the hit points away, but they are still in a position where they can take it down completely. And now it's a 5 versus 4, at least up to the time point where Muradin is joining the fight. And so far it's just not there. Of course, Probius is trying to siege up as much as he can and help the rest of the team out. The Bottomless Flask is also doing a great job with it. Top lane, by the way, is also pushing. Keep track of that on the minimap. Cooldown reduction. Honestly, Jojo is just hopping around like a bunny on speed here. Macke low, but he survives. And Muradin is here. Jumps in immediately and starts to go for the Haymaker. And that might just be the end of Urel. Urel is down 5 versus 4. And this keep is toast. No chance anymore to save that. Not when you are down one hero. Even before that, it didn't look too great. Joy is getting attacked now too. Once more, Jojo's jumping in. They're trying to go for Malfuri, and he barely escapes. The problem is that the rest of the team is in trouble. The timeout for Chromie might save her for another second, but Galnigula is likely going to fall. Goes down, the old man taking her, and there's the kill against Suljin. They might just be able to go for game here. Malfurion is dead too. Market the only survivor, and topside Keep is also getting crushed. pepeMLady, they want the 2-0 victory in the best of 3 series over here. Will Q full on YOLO mode, still active, gets pushed in by one of the rocket fists, but the core is losing not only shields but hit points, and this is gonna be game. Jojo alone is not gonna be able to defend this. The top keep has now fallen too. More catapults will push in, and that's a 2-0 victory. pepeMLady is successful against Skogsapor here in Division 1 of Heroes Lounge.gg. Nicely done and well played by pepeMLady.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.